Hyvää päivää and welcome. Ever wondered how much it really costs to remove a tree? Today I'm breaking down the costs on this project. Let's talk a little about the job to have some context on the prices. The tall pine was ordered to be removed because it was damaging the roof and the base of the house next to it. Our customer is a busy homeowner who didn't want any damage to their yard, building or surroundings. The customer also wanted to minimize the time of the street to be blocked. That means that we need to be careful and quick. So direct fell is ruled out, since it will cost a lot of damage to the surroundings or takes a lot of time, since we need to clear all obstacles and make a safe space for the tree to fall onto. The same thing with climbing. We are not able to drop the limbs directly down. We would have had to slide the limbs to the street. The whole climbing and walking with ropes will take time a lot, another thing we couldn't afford. Our solution is to order a crane to lift the pine from its place to the street, limb and bucket, and then load the wood onto a truck. So we are going to have a cutting area and a processing area. Unfortunately, the loading area was frozen and we couldn't remove the tree in one piece. It would have been too difficult to control when lowered to ground for processing. We decided to lift the lumberjack to the tree to cut the tree in half. This means that we are going to need a crane and an operator heavy enough to lift the tree safely and registered for personal lifting as well. A lumberjack to cut the tree down in full climbing gear, licensed to do the climbing. A second lumberjack to process the tree for loading in cutting gear, licensed to work on the street. A truck with big open box and a loader with a lumber grabber plus an operator. The whole tree needs to fit into the shorten the waiting time. We ordered this massive mobile crane to hoist the tree out of its place. We did the ordering. We planned to remove the pine in one piece. The situation with the street changed when we arrived on ski. Mobile crane is German made. It can lift up to 121,000 pounds and has a horizontal reach of 183 feet. This company is easy to work with. They are truly professionals. They help to plan the job. They help to select the proper crane for the job. The drivers are also qualified and trained professionals and help to get the job done. They are responsibility to mitigate the risks connected to the crane or the lifting work. To speed up the cutting, we decided to hoist the lumberjack to the top. The lumberjack is hoisted quite high to the lifting point. His job is first secure himself to the tree and then attach the crane's hoisting chains to the trunk. After that, he'll descend to the cutting height and begin to cut the tree. He need to be careful not to cut the ropes or end up hang on the lifted trunk. The crane is quite modern one with a lot of calculators, so the operator has sophisticated controls of the momentums to the load. This enables, for example, a precise vertical pretension. That's why our lumberjack cuts a V-shaped cut to have a horizontal holding wood. This will keep the trunk upright, and with the pretension the chainsaw won't get pinched. And when the cutting is done, the crane lifts the tree straight up. Please note how little the trunk moves sideways and how stable everything is. Look at this beautiful scenery. This isn't something you see every day. In fact, let's do a simple vote with the thumb buttons below. Hit the thumbs down if this is something you are used to see, and click thumbs up if this is more rare to you. I'll give you 5 seconds to vote. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thanks for voting. Let's move on. Crane lowers the trunk next to the truck for processing. The tree is first limbed. That means the lumberjack will cut the branches off. This is the responsibility of the second lumberjack, so the first one doesn't need to hurry down from the tree. The next step is to buck the trunk, which means that the trunk is cut into shorter pieces. Then the truck operator has 2 options: to load the branches first and the trunk second, or the other way around. This depends how much the trunk has space available. When loading the branches first, the trunk's weight will compact the branches into smaller space. Truck driver is paid also to drive the tree to the next processing site, which is usually a biostorage somewhere nearby. I promised you the cheapest way to remove a tree. So let's break down the costs while we watch the second part being removed in the background. The truck with an operator cost is 120 euros per hour. The crane with an operator cost is also 120 euros per hour. One lumberjack is 80 euros per hour. This job took us around 3 hours, which includes the driving on and off the site. Yes, I agree, it's not the cheapest way to remove a tree, but it is the fastest and cheapest method when you have multiple trees on one area. Now the total cost was 1,200 euros for this one tree. If we would have been cutting 2 trees, the cost would have been 800 euros per tree and 666 euros with 3 trees. The thing customers saved with this method was time, and a lot of it. The modern machines improve the urban tree removal cost effectiveness, especially compared to manual climbing. And no, the point is not kick the climbing down in any way. There are a lot of jobs where climbing is the best solution. Tree climbers, please comment below where climbing beat all other methods. Thank you for your comments already beforehand. Once again, a very different kind of urban tree removal job. This is what urban tree removal is all about. It looks simple in the videos. I hope I was able to make you a little bit more aware of all the factors that goes into planning and execution of safe and effective urban tree removal. If you want to see more real-world forestry solutions, gear reviews and high-skill tree work, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Please leave your questions or experiences with tight space removals in the comment section. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And hey, stay safe out there. See you on the next one.